Sagittarius, happy January 2018. I hope you're doing fantastic. This is Dark Dove Tarot. I am going to start shuffling here so we can see what pops out. I hope you have had an amazing, amazing holiday, especially here in the U.S. if you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever your traditions are. And I hope 2018 treats you amazing. All right, so Sagittarius, as you know, my reads are for singles and anybody looking to reconcile, but generally I focus on singles. This is a general read, so check your sun, moon, and rising. I'm going to try and shorten them up. Every read the past couple months has been pretty long, and even the past few reads I did for January have been kind of long, so I'm going to try and start keeping them around 20 minutes or so, but today's reading might be a little longer because we're coming into the new year. So I've been telling every sign that there's just been kind of this overwhelming feeling of, you know, deserving that, I don't know, I kind of feel like every sign is just at a point where they're like ready for something new, and not just because of the new year. I feel like it's been kind of dragging or dwelling for a lot of people. So hopefully you'll have a really good read. We've had some spectacular reads so far for the beginning of the year. So let's see, these are popping out as I'm shuffling. If you would like private read, the information is in the description below. Any likes, comments, subscribes, etc. are greatly appreciated. I really like it when you guys tell me what you like, what you like and what you don't like. Sorry, those fell onto the ground. You know, because that just kind of helps me cater to the reads to you guys better, to what makes you happy. So again, this is general, but hopefully it resonates with you. I'm going to continue to shuffle these cards. Sagittarius, these cards are kind of sticking together here. Normally they pop out pretty quick, but you must have a lot going on coming into 2018. A lot of signs have been having really positive notes, but there's just been a lot going on, I think, the past, there we go, the past few months. And it's been, I don't know, kind of all over the place for some signs. So we'll see what you have in store, Sagittarius. And hopefully a lot of you had good birthdays because your birthdays were recent. Okay. 2 more, and then I will pull your theme of the month card, and we'll get started. All right. Let's see. All right. There we go. Holy cow. They're falling out all over the place. All right. So, go. And sorry, I had like 10 fall out, and obviously we're looking for that last one for your outcome. Hopefully it's a good one. Oh, and there we go. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let me pull your theme of the month card and we'll get started here. Sagittarius, 2018. What is going on for the new year in January? Now these ones are trying to fall out all over the place. So, well, there you go. Looking for love, Sagittarius. Looking for love. All right, so your theme of the month card is Ace of Cups, which is one of my favorite cards. I always say that when I pull this card, especially because this is a love reading. This is love, friendship, new beginnings. So this tells me, Sagittarius, right off the bat, it's something that you're focusing on. You know, but this is more of a slow, not a slow necessarily because it could move quick, but more of a simmering, if you will, of going from meeting somebody to friendship, to committing, and then to full-blown love, and setting goals regardless of whether your goal is to just meet somebody to be with regularly or whether you want, you know, a house, kids, and a white picket fence. It's really up to you. But the Ace of Cups is saying, look, it's there. That's what you want. And this is kind of like an all-out, not afraid to show it, really wanting a genuine love, a genuine friendship, a genuine relationship built on principles and ethics and morals and goals and things that are important to you. So whether you're single or looking to reconcile, love is definitely on your mind coming into January 2018. And obviously this is a love reading, but to have this card show up, you know, says, hey, that this is all about finding some sort of emotional fulfillment. This is a lack in that department over the past few months, and now coming into January 2018, wanting the entire package. All right, Sag, so let's see what we pull coming into the month. All right, so coming into the month, you have the Three of Cups. This is about, you know, celebrating. This is about making friends. So it's very interesting. If you're dating, this tells me that you are dating. This tells me that some of you are dating quite a bit. Not necessarily, you know, all over the place, and not like friends with benefits type situations, but finding people that you mesh well, finding people that make you feel good. So if you're dating, maybe you're doing online dating and you're just having a lot of luck, but maybe you're also starting out with a friendship vibe with a lot of people. Like it maybe the past few months, or maybe in past times that you've dated, you focused a lot on the lust and the physical and the you know, the heat that's there. And not that you're not going to have that, because I mean, this is the Ace of Cups is all about finding that love and finding that enrichment. But this is saying that you're developing relationships. And that's super important because, you know, they say sometimes the best thing you can do is marry your best friend. But this is fun and laughter and getting together. So for some of you, I really do think that you're dating. I really do think that you're putting your best foot forward in meeting people, but you're looking for that genuine, I don't know, that you're looking for that genuine connection that's based on more than just a physical relationship, that's based on more than, you know, he or she is pleasing to the eyes. That, and this is, you know, this builds up to that celebration, or sorry, that this builds up to that friendship. But you're also, if you're dating, you may just be celebrating, maybe meeting one or two people. Maybe you've met, you know, two other people and you're kind of the center of their attention right now. Or maybe you have two people to choose from. So some of you are advanced in the fact that you're already dating, and maybe you've selected a few that you're dating regularly and you are building those friendships. And then for some of you, it's just been kind of fun, happy-go-lucky, and now you're coming into 2018 wanting to turn that into something more special. Now, Sag, it could also be that you have friends, and maybe one of those friends you're starting to see more romantically. If you're single, you're starting to realize like, hey, he or she that I thought we were just friends, I kind of like more. I have some feelings for. I think this person is more than just a friend to me. So there's a lot of good things here kind of bubbling to the surface for you. It just depends which way you want to go. And right now, it looks like you're enjoying it and having fun, which is the most important thing. If you're sitting there going, oh, dating sucks, then guess what? Dating's going to suck. If you're looking to reconcile, there's some sort of celebration here in the fact that I think there may have been like another, like a new connection or a reconnection. So maybe it's been a long time since you've talked to this person or you've heard from this person, and now you guys have connected. And maybe it was through some sort of Christmas party or holiday party or homecoming for the holidays. It could just be, you know, that you're kind of feeling happy in, you know, the fact that you guys have reconnected. If you haven't reconnected, this says, you know, coming into the month at some point in January, there's a possible reconnection. Now, on the flip side, it may be that your ex and you still have this connection. You love them very much. However, you need some peace and joy and some time with your friends and time away from worrying about it. This reconciliation or this breakup that now you're thinking about the reconciliation for some of you was heavy. Like when I think about it, I just feel heavy, like this weight on your shoulders, this heaviness on your chest. And this says that some of you are going, you know, screw this. Like, yes, I love you. And yes, if you came back and things changed and we could work it out, then there could be a possibility of some sort of reconciliation. But I think you really just need a break. You really just need a break from worrying about it, letting it consume your life. Not that all of you have, but hello, let's face it. Whenever we have a breakup, it's hard, and it does. It's something that's on your mind. It can affect work, and it can affect your sleeping and eating habits. And so this is kind of saying, hey, you know, I'm going to enjoy myself right now. I'm going to focus on my friends. I'm going to focus on doing things that are important to me, maybe going to the gym or reading or joining meetup groups or whatever. And if you can get to the point where reconciliation doesn't feel like a chore, then it may be something that you're interested in. Right now, I think it's more of you still have that deep connection, but you're really not sure what you want to do with it. The next card you have is anything internal throughout the month coming into January. And this is how you're feeling. So this is any feelings or thoughts you're having inside yourself. And you have the Four of Cups. Very interesting because you have 3 cups out of the gate, which can very well talk about a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. It could be that you know, if you're dating, that you're meeting a lot of water signs, or if you're looking to reconcile, that your ex was a water sign, or it could just be that you're putting off that water sign energy, which is more of that love, romance, but very emotional, you know, mindset as well. Now, the Four of Cups, if you're dating, this is saying that, you know, you're bored with the ho-hum of how the past few months have been. And so it's very interesting because here you have this happiness and kind of cherishing relationships and friendships and stuff. But I think that you're bored with just being friends. And now that I'm looking at this, I think that for some of you, that's exactly it. Either you really like somebody who is just a friend and you kind of want to move past that friend zone, or a lot of people you're meeting enter that friend zone, but one of those friends is eventually going to turn into this, which is ultimately love. So this is you kind of going, well, it's been fun dating, or maybe the people I'm meeting are great. They're just not on that level of where I could see myself being with somebody amazing. You're like waiting for this person in the distance to kind of come in. Again, not that you're unhappy, like you are meeting people that you're attracted to and you are meeting people that are fun, but I don't know, Sag, it's like you have that feeling like, where is this person? Like, you know, this person's coming and you're just kind of tired of waiting. You're kind of bored with what you're finding. Again, not in a negative sense at all, just in a, I'm ready for it. You know, where is this person that I'm supposed to be spending a lot of time with? A lot of, you know, it's like you'll meet people and they have a really good job and they're stable and they're really nice, but you're not attracted to them. Or you meet somebody and you're super attracted to them, but they're a complete freaking mess, right? So I feel like you're kind of like, where's this person who kind of has the whole package? Because, hey, I'm a Sag, I'm a fire sign, and therefore I've got my stuff together for the most part, and I've got passion about a lot, and I'm ready to share that with somebody. If you're looking to reconcile, this is saying, you know, be careful about being too self-absorbed. And I know that sounds kind of harsh, but this is saying, like, don't take for granted this connection you have with this ex, because if you do want to get back with that person, you may need to, I don't know, for some of you, it's almost like you're going out with friends and stuff, and you're focusing on those relationships and ignoring the ex or whoever that you really have this connection with. So it's almost like you're doing this on the outside, but you're feeling this on the inside. Kind of like, okay, when are we getting back together? It could be maybe this person is not contacting you, or they won't communicate with you, or you're kind of playing the opposite of that, where you're like, you know, you hurt me, you know, I had to bear these heavy burdens, you put me through a lot, and I can't do it anymore, so I'm ignoring you. But what the problem is you can't ignore this connection. There's a reason that you're, you know, wondering about reconciling, or you're thinking about them, because ultimately there was that love, there was that friendship at one point. So this is saying, you know, don't ignore it. If you have unresolved issues, try and resolve them. And if for some reason they won't contact you, or for some reason you don't want to contact them, then I feel like you're just going to be kind of stuck in limbo, wondering what the heck you need to do to either move on or get back together. The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past 5-10 years, or it could be, you know, from childhood, and you have the devil. A lot of, you know, things go along with the devil that are kind of obvious. Addiction, jealousy, this could be rage, this could be abuse. So Sagittarius, this is you this month, I always bring up the past, the distant past, because it's so important to remember the good things so that you can harness those and promote those within, you know, new relationships, because there's always good, you know, at some point in a relationship we've had, even if it's past relationship or watching your parents or your aunts or uncles or grandparents in their relationships. But if it's bad, kind of like this devil here, not that the devil is always bad, and it could be that you were dealing with a Capricorn, because that's the card of Capricorn. But the devil doesn't always mean, you know, bad, but in this position, it's generally more of a negative connotation. And I always like to remember the bad to a certain extent, because you want to make sure that you don't repeat those patterns and have those things come back. So, I mean, the basics of the devil in this position is some sort of addiction, some sort of abuse, some sort of jealousy, some sort of, I mean, this is either you had an ex or somebody that you dealt with who had substance abuse problems, alcohol, pills, drugs, etc. Could be stealing, it could be cheating. You definitely had this right here. Sagittarius says that you bore a lot of pain. And it could be too that this was, you know, a lustful relationship, something that you jumped into and you thought it was going to be amazing. But then in the end, you realize you guys aren't friends. Things have been hidden. This man or woman was hiding things from you. They weren't telling you the truth. They were lying about money. They were lying about how much they drank. They were lying about, you know, talking to other people. Maybe they had a sex addiction. But there's definitely something here in your past. It could be, too, that you came from parents who, you know, it was a mom who had a lot of men in her life, and maybe that affected you. Or a dad who had a lot of women in his life and that affected you. Or parents who focused more on drugs than they did anything else. Or parents who just didn't have a healthy relationship and fought all the time, which is why you are longing for a healthy friendship to develop into some sort of love. You don't want to get caught up into the romance of he or she is so wonderful and they're amazing and I love them so much and it's like hot and heavy. And then you find out later that you guys don't know each other at all and you haven't communicated at all. This is also somebody who's jealous. So Sagittarius, this tells me, and you guys are fire, right? So this tells me that this is somebody who is even more fiery than you. This says, you know, somebody who is jealous, maybe somebody who went through everything, you know, went through all your emails, your text messages, somebody who told you what to wear, somebody who told you how to dress, somebody who you couldn't form relationships with anybody else because they controlled you. So it was more of a, you know, controlling than a friendship, than an equal partnership, which is exactly why you're coming in this month wanting something equal and amazing and a whole, like I said, a well-rounded partnership, you know, and that's very important to you. And again, this right here just says, look, Sag, you've overcome a lot and you want to keep doing that. And it may be too, maybe you're sober, or maybe, you know, you had to deal with watching people get sober around you or something. So you're very careful about who you're picking because it's very important to you. There's other things basically that are coming into play when it comes down to you choosing a relationship. And it could be that you're sober. It could be that you're looking for somebody who's sober, somebody who doesn't party, somebody who doesn't do drugs. You know, it could even be that you're looking for somebody who understands that at one point you had a weight problem or you had an eating problem. It could be that you dealt with those types of people, but there's something different here, Sagittarius, in the fact that you're looking for this well-rounded foundation, and it's really important to you. The next card you have is your immediate past. So over the past few weeks, past month or two. So if you're single, the Queen of Wands says, look, you're on fire. This is you. This is Sagittarius right here, being, you know, having ferocity and confidence and being, you know, somebody who other people notice. You are putting off a vibe of, you know, hi, I'm amazing, come and get to know me. But at the same time, you're being very careful about it. Now, if you're single, I think you have been dating a lot and you have had a lot of passion in meeting somebody incredible. But again, I think there's this weariness because a lot of it has been either it's been more of a friendship vibe or it's more of a lust vibe, and you want more of the friendship vibe as well. So the Queen of Wands is kind of you the past few weeks blazing out saying, hi world, I'm here, I want to date, but you're not quite, your palate just isn't satisfied with what you're finding. Again, like I said, not a negative, because I don't feel like you're sitting here going, oh, this sucks and dating has been awful and everybody's crappy, because that's not how you're coming into this month. It's almost like you're just appreciating the fact that you're enjoying being able to meet new people and go out and date. But the Queen is a great energy to have, because that's the type of person other people want to be around. If you're coming out of the gate saying, look, I'm not here for friend with benefit relationship. I deserve more. I know that I'm worth a lot more than just a physical relationship, or I know that I'm worth somebody putting some attention and being attentive to me. That's the Queen of Wands, and that's a good energy to have. It's an excellent energy to have, because it's confidence without the cockiness, and that's perfect, and that's exactly where you want to be, because that's what you will draw into you. That will keep you from finding this, because a lot of times those types of people dwell on, or they kind of prey on, if you will, people who are insecure and not feeling good about themselves, because they know that they can get away with that. Whereas if you're being the Queen, you're like, I know this game. I've got your, you know, I've got your day's number. I know what you're up to. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, again, like I said, you've got some things to figure out, or some things to, I feel like it's very good that you have this energy too, right? But I feel like for some of you, it's this kind of, I don't need you, you know, you did me wrong, and I can get these dates, and I can have fun, and I can go do it, which is great, right? And you need that. And a lot of times we need that boost, especially, you know, after a breakup or after a separation, because you need to feel good about yourself. I mean, point blank, you have to. Otherwise, you can stick your face in the pillow and cry for the next 5 weeks, and it doesn't do any good for anybody. I feel like you're at that stage where you've done the crying, you've done the upset, you've done the sadness, and now you're in that, like, I've got this. So if you want to get back with me, we can do this, and we can do it together, and we can have passion, and we can create something wonderful. Or it doesn't matter, because I have other opportunities here. Now, I don't think you're taking many of those opportunities seriously, but you have the confidence in knowing that if it doesn't work out, you'll be okay. And that's a good place to be, because a lot of people, it takes them months, years to reach that stage. And this is you know, maybe you went and got a haircut. Maybe you know, are working out and stuff. Just make sure it's for you, and it's not an essence of, well, hopefully I get them back, or hopefully I get their attention, or they're going to see what they're missing. And it's more for you, just wanting to feel good about yourself and build the confidence of knowing that, you know, something else can come along that's amazing. But you do have some things here that you don't want to ignore that do need to be taken care of, because the connection with you and this ex is so deep that even if you are this confident person and you are going and doing other things, and you are, you know, not focusing on letting this drag you down, there's still something here. For some of you, it could be like, you guys really need to have a talk. Maybe you have kids together, or maybe you have a house you still need to figure out. So there's some unfinished business here that still needs to be addressed. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, generally, you know, throughout the next 2 to 3 months, which is March. Somebody else got this for their distant future. I'm not going to tell you who it is, because I can't remember right off the bat. It might be Cancer, but don't quote me on that. So the Ace of Swords is amazing, because, excuse me, this is a fresh start. So if you are single, that is what you are looking for. You have totally 360'd the way you're dating now, or the way you're going to date. If you're dating now, you are looking for a different type of person. You know that if a guy messages you online, or a girl messages you online, hey baby, what are you doing tonight? They want to Netflix and chill, and that's probably not what you're looking for. The Ace of Swords is somebody who's confident, collected. They're looking for that one person to share their life with. But not just anybody, right? Not just, you know, you're looking for this diamond in the rough. And that's why I said you're having fun, you're enjoying it, but you're kind of like, where is this person? And the Ace of Swords is sudden. So, like I was saying, this is kind of a slow movement towards love, because there's a stage, but it doesn't have to be slow. It's almost like it's going to be kind of slow going to meet them, because you're going to meet a lot of friends, and then bam, over the next 2 or 3 months, it's going to hit you, because this is a sudden opportunity, a sudden beginning, so you're going to be dating, and then all of a sudden it's going to be like, ooh, this one's a little different. Okay, here we go. But the Ace of Swords is an awesome distant future, because this is developing something from a friendship into this love. And I think actually you might meet them in January and then it's going to hit you. Like I said, there could be a few people you're hanging out with now that you've been teetering on. Could I see myself as more than friends with them? Or maybe you do like them, but there's no like passion or lust that you do have. You do need that, because you do need that physical connection too. But maybe you've been kind of like, oh, this is like snooze, boring, slow going. There's no romance. There's no passion. And then bam, something's going to happen. And the passion's going to be there. And you're going to be like, wow, like didn't see that coming. So that's definitely great news. If you're looking to reconcile, this is a fresh start too. So this tells me if you're feeling like this, you want to be around other people and you're kind of like, you know, I don't know that I want to waste my time. And you're feeling this confidence and you really want love. I feel like if you aren't getting that love, or if you don't feel that fulfillment by the end of this month, I don't think you're going to continue. I think there's going to be a sudden change. You're going to either meet somebody else, or you're just going to be like, look, I can't do this. I love you very much, but it's not working because of X, Y, and Z, and be done. Because this is new beginnings, but this is a fresh start. So this is a new start, not necessarily, now it could be a new start with this person, but there's that issue. I could name 20 different things that I think it is, and I'm not going to bore you with that. But there's something here, Sagittarius, that you are aware of that needs to be addressed. And I feel like you're going to address it and either head in an opposite direction, or you're going to address it and you'll be able to get back together. It's kind of up in the air 50-50 right now. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks and throughout January, you have the Hangman, which I'm not even kidding you. Somebody else got this same card, but I think this was Virgo, but I'm not going to swear on that either. But in that exact same position, they got the Hanged Man as well, which is you surrendering. This is you, if you are dating, this is you saying, look, you know, I'm just going to do this. Like, I've been putting off dating, or I haven't wanted to date, or I've been putting off really meeting somebody amazing. I've been kind of like, well, teetering with it. And now you're saying, no, all right, here we go. I'm going to do this. And some of it may suck, but I think you're doing it with a new enlightenment, a new perspective, because you're coming in again, you're coming in with this new outlook. Like, okay, well, so what? Not everybody's going to be for me. So what I need to do is sit back and just enjoy dating, meeting new people, hearing new stories, trying new foods. If you're getting bored with dating, or if you feel like, you know, oh, I've done this, I've been there, change it up. Make sure that every time you go somewhere, it's a new restaurant or it's a new place that you want to visit. Make it into more of an adventure, and that will help you enjoy it more instead of becoming mundane. The Hangman is somebody who's putting it all out on the line and saying, look, this is me. And I think that's where you're coming into the dating world again. Or if you are seeing people, you're just putting it all out there. You're just saying, if you want to just meet somebody to travel with, you're saying, look, I'm just looking for a partner to travel with for the rest of my life. Or it could be, hey, I'm just looking for somebody that, you know, we can hang out on the house and, you know, watch movies. Or some of you are looking for marriage, or you want kids. Whatever it is, you're being very transparent. And that's good, because in the end, you're going to notice that even though you have that Queen of Wands energy, which is this confidence and passion, you're going to draw attention to the fact that you're also being very genuine, and people appreciate that because they feel like you're more self-aware than ever. And I think that's what it comes down to, is you're not willing to sacrifice your wants and your needs anymore by hiding behind a cloak that we all do when we're dating, because we try and put our best foot forward. You're kind of like, okay, what you see is what you get. And that's really important, because people are drawn to it because they kind of feel like, well, I know that she's not going to bullshit me, or I know he's not bullshitting me, because, I mean, like, they're not leaving much else to be desired. And not in a bad way, because I think you'll hit that desire aspect when it gets more into the lust aspect, when it gets more into that type of aspect. Right now, you're like, I don't even want to go there until they can accept the fact that ultimately I want 3 kids, a dog, and a picket fence, right? If you're looking to reconcile, this is you surrendering in 2 ways. This is you either sacrificing your dignity and saying, I want you back, which it's interesting, because when I do these videos, I always get the messages from people who are like, well, I did that, dark dove, and they won't talk to me, or they did this, and that's fine. But look, it comes down to this. If you want to reconcile, put your energy into it. Hang yourself out there. You know, put your dignity aside. And you may have done it 10 times. But if you want to be with this person, do it one more time. And set a limit. I've been saying that a lot this month because I've heard it from a very wise person. That, look, put it in a time perspective. If I love that person, I still want to be with them, and I'm trying to make it happen. How much time am I willing to sacrifice before I realize it's not going to happen, or I deserve better, or it's just not meant for me? And that's, I think, what you have to come down to. It feels like a lot of you are kind of putting on, not a show, because you're ultimately feeling good about yourself, which is very positive, and you should be, because a lot of you have felt like crap the past couple of months and been dwelling in the woe is me, which we all do, because that's part of the grieving stages of breaking up, right? But some of you are almost putting on a facade because you do miss this person and you do have that connection and you're just not sure what to do with it. So either be the hangman and surrender it and put your love on the line and say, look, even if it's for the umpteenth time, say, I love you, I miss you. And guess what? If they say no, then choose to move on. If they say, yes, I love you too, or if they come back to you and you've been kind of ignoring them, like, look what you lost because I don't have time for your games, surrender and say, okay, I'm waving the white flag. You're right. We do deserve another chance if that's what you really want. If not, cut it. Cut the connection and get your fresh start. The next card you have is anything external throughout the month of January. And this is, you know, it could be one day, it could be, you know, 10 days, it could be the beginning, middle, end, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. So again, more new beginnings. I love aces because they're fantastic. And you have ace, ace, ace. They're always about something new and harnessing good energy. And the Ace of Pentacles is somebody that is understanding. Again, it seems like you're in a good place, Sagittarius, because you know what you want. And you have like a life purpose and you have goals and you have clarity. And the Ace is saying, so this is tangible. This is external. So this may be that, you know, you are putting yourself out there on the dating sites. I feel like a lot of you haven't been, and you're coming into 2018 and you're doing it. You're putting yourself out there, but you're doing it in a completely different way. Again, that friendship vibe turning into something different. The Ace of Pentacles is setting a goal. So this is you saying, okay, maybe I just want to find a couple people to date. We'll start with that. Then I want that to turn into maybe like a little bit of romance. And then maybe like some sort of, you know, committed type dating situation. And then we can move on to et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You get my point. But the Ace of Pentacles is somebody saying, look, I'm more than capable and I work really hard. And to be honest with you, the Ace of Pentacles also falling right here, especially in the more tangible, is saying you're up for a promotion. There's some sort of financial security, or you're working towards something and you're going to achieve it. But because this is about prosperity, but this is about beginnings and new opportunity. So if you're dating, this is saying, look, there's a lot of opportunity out there for you. You are meeting people. There's going to be opportunity. You're not going to have an issue meeting people. It's just what type of people. Are they more of a friendship or are they more of a love? But you'll be able to figure that out because something's going to happen quick. It's just going to boom. And I said to one other sign this month too, like, look, when something is supposed to happen quick, my mom used to say it, and I've noticed that it happens in my life. If you have a change of job or something, if it is meant to be, it's going to happen quick. Sometimes we all have this fear that like there's this timeline of dating. You have to date and then you have to, well, guess what? I mean, I have a really good friend who met a guy and got married 6 months later. They have 3 kids and they've been married for like 15 years. So there is no timeline. It's all about divine timing and how you choose to embrace it and whether you're looking at it with a positive attitude, because you have all these new beginnings, these new opportunities. So the plethora of dating is going to be here. It's just you want quality over quantity, which you're going to find. And again, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks, and you'll know when it does. If you're looking to reconcile, this is also about new opportunities. So I hate to say it, Sagittarius, but for reconciliation, I feel like a lot of you are going to need to move on. Or I feel like a lot of you you've kind of ignored the issues to the point of, if you go back, there may still be some hurt feelings, or I don't know, maybe they've already moved on. There's something here that's almost like, look, if I'm being completely honest, it's like, you know that it's over. You just don't want to actually admit that it's over. For some of you, not all of you. For some of you, it's a new start or a fresh beginning with this person. But I feel like you have already started building up your confidence and you're already starting to meet people because you know it's not. And technically, I mean, this devil could be the person you broke up with. Maybe they just always lie, cheat, steal, they're on drugs, they drink too much, and you know it. And this was like the last straw. And even though you wish things could be different, they may just never be, and you're starting to accept it. The next card you have is anything internal throughout the month, and it could be in the beginning, the middle, end, kind of like the external, you know, something you may feel for a day, 10 days, etc. And you have the Seven of Wands, which has actually come up quite a bit for some signs this month. This is about prioritizing. So if you're dating, I think you're thinking in your head, or if you're looking for love, I think you're trying to put this into a prioritizing type situation. Like, what exactly do I have time for? Do I have time to date? Do I have time to build a serious relationship? A lot of you are working really hard. You have new things developing for the new year, especially with this Ace of Pentacles being in the tangible. This is new starts, new jobs, you know, promotions. And so this is saying, okay, where do I have room for this in my life? What type of commitment do I want to give? Because Sagittarius, they don't play games, right? You're a fire sign. You're not about playing the games. You're about, you know, setting a goal and going with it. You're not out there to like hurt somebody's feelings. So you're sitting here saying, how much time do I have in my life for this person? What can I give of this person? Now, for a lot of you, you can give a lot. I also feel like if you're dating, you may kind of feel a little defensive this month, or on guard, because you are meeting people that are more of a friendship vibe, and you're kind of going, why can't I meet somebody that has that whole package? This is your theme. This is the whole package. This is love. This is everything. This encompasses friendship, love. And I feel like throughout the month, you may get a little, not a lot, because you have so many positive things going on and you've just got this fierceness, but you may get a little caught off guard. Like, why do I feel like every guy, every girl I meet is in the friendship zone, or there's no romance, or I'm passionate and they are like, you know, like watching paint dry? Just give it some time. Again, because it's coming with that ferocity of the quickness. If you're looking to reconcile, there is going to be some sort of communication here. Whether you guys choose to take the fresh start and have a new beginning, I'm not quite sure at this point, because I feel like it's 50-50. And I feel like some of you are revving up to know that it's over, to be done with it. But this is an argument or a fight or a discussion or some sort of confrontation. This is you being on the defense, and this is some sort of strategy. So whatever it is, this thing that is still there, I don't know if it's kids, a house, even pets, whatever. Maybe you guys have a car together or bills together or something. There's going to be some sort of conflict here. Now, it doesn't have to be nasty or knock down, drag out fight, but you're definitely going to feel like you're on the defense. Now, it could be that, you know, this person gets in contact with you and you still feel like, well, you have a lot of explaining to do. And so I'm kind of, this is being guarded as well. So it could be that you guys get in contact, but you're just not sure if you believe it. You're just not sure if you're getting the whole truth. The next two cards you have are how you feel towards the end of the month, your hopes and fears for the outcome of January, and you have the Ten of Wands, and your outcome for the month. And you have the King of Coins or King of Pentacles. All right, so the Ten of Wands is somebody who has a lot on their plate, somebody who's bearing that burden on their shoulders. So I'm going to heed advice in this one, Sagittarius, in saying that if you're single, keep that lighthearted feeling. Keep the momentum going. Even if you're not meeting the people right away that you want to, or even if you feel like you're putting it all out there and then people are just like overwhelmed, or you're noticing that they're kind of like, wow, you know, you like know exactly where you're going. It's more of an intimidation with you because you are a fire sign, and because you have a lot of confidence this month, because look, you know what you want. You want love, and you want love in the way you want love, whether it's, again, somebody just to hang out with and date exclusively, or whether you want the marriage or the kids or whatever it is. And so, like I said before, I feel like the weight of the world has been lifted on you a little bit. So keep that energy about you, because the 10 is saying inside towards the end of the month, you may kind of feel like that weight is still there. Like, why can't I find somebody? It's gonna, I don't want it to turn into a, it's my fault, or it's, there's something with me and that's why it's not happening. Because I feel like it's completely opposite. I feel like for the first time in a long time, you're actually being 100% truthful with yourself. It's just, this is some sort of exhaustion, almost feeling like you have too many responsibilities. So here, you know, throughout the month, you may feel like you have to prioritize things because there may be some job opportunity, or there may be something that kind of gets in the way of your dating a little bit on and off. But ultimately, this is a completion. So I feel like it may come down to the end of the month and you're like, gosh, I'm dating these people, or I really like this one person, but I can't figure out if they like me back, or I thought this person was going to be really good for me, and now I'm just kind of like sitting here second guessing. And don't get into that mindset, because here it is, it's coming, and just keep this lightheartedness, and it's going to benefit you in many ways. The thing about Sagittarius, though, is they work really hard and in all aspects of their life. And sometimes it can get overwhelming, and then you can feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is completion. So I'm going to tell you, Sagittarius, I think you're going to complete a cycle, and you are going to come out and start looking for somebody else. I think it's going to end up that you guys have some unresolved issues. Even if you solve them, it doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't look like, it doesn't, and honestly, Sagittarius, it doesn't feel like you really want it. It doesn't feel like you're 100% there. It's almost like, because it's been something you've known for so long, or this connection you've known for so long, you don't know anything else. You don't know anything different. But now you've kind of gotten a little bit of a taste of it. And every time you've got to separate the lumps from the butterflies, right? So every time you think about your ex, are you getting butterflies or are you getting lumps? You know, I feel like maybe you just feel like an obligation. Maybe they were on drugs or drinking or lying or cheating and stuff, and you feel like an obligation to kind of stick through it and make sure they're okay, almost like a caretaker, and it's really not your responsibility. Whatever it is weighing you down. It's sort of a burden, and if it feels like a burden, it's never not going to feel like a burden. If you've gotten to that point where it's just a burden, move on. Get that fresh start. Lighten up. Have this light energy. Have this confidence and move on. The King of Pentacles ending is somebody who is out of this. This is somebody who has gotten past this. This is somebody who's come out on top. So if you're dating, the King of Pentacles is saying, look, you have every opportunity. You have so much potential, and you know it. This is somebody who is enjoying the good life. This is somebody who is, this is somebody who is, you know, it's very interesting because it's almost like your job's going to take off, and at the same time, your love life's going to take off. So if you're dating, you know, you're kind of on top of it with the King. You're kind of feeling like on top of the world, like you can do anything, and you really can, Sagittarius. And this King is, it could be too that you're going to meet an earth sign, because the King, or coins, pentacles are an earth sign, which is Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. But this is somebody who's just feeling very stable. So I think you're going to kind of figure out this friendship vibes versus love vibes versus attraction versus, you know, whatever. And this is you going, okay, I've kind of made up my mind. I kind of have figured out exactly what I want. And then it's just going to swift kick right into that. Now, I'm going to start shuffling for the 2 clarifying cards so I can get out of your hair here. But the King of Pentacles to end, to be your outcome, is very good, because this is somebody who's got, you know, got it together. They know what they want. Shoot, like 4 of those just popped out. You know, they've got it together. They know what they want. And, you know, this is you kind of figuring out that you can do this. And I feel like it's more like you narrow it down to one person, and then things are going to start moving really quick. But most of it's, oh, well, there you go. Most of it's to benefit, this, this energy right here, where you're just kind of putting it all out on the table, and you're not BSing, you're not, you know, you're not playing games. If you're looking to reconcile, the King of Pentacles is somebody who has figured it out. So again, like I said, I hate to say it, I really think this might be the end of this reconciliation. And I feel like some of you know, you've just been kind of hanging on to it for a long time because it was something familiar and something you thought would change, but you're realizing now that it doesn't. And you want stability. And this, whether this devil is your ex or whether, you know, other things like this, you know, kind of feeling like you're wasting your time is your ex, this is somebody who's stable. And I feel like not having this person in your life may allow you the stability you're looking for. Now, your clarifying card for the distant future, excuse me, there is something like tickling the back of my throat, is the Six of Swords. And this is somebody who, it's very interesting because you have the Ace of Swords and then you go straight to the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is somebody who is going to travel and they're going to retreat. So if you're dating, this is you retreating from the dating world. So this kind of seals the deal for me that you will meet somebody, it's going to be more stable. So if your dating life has been kind of more like friendship and you're feeling like it's not really what you've been looking for, you're going to find that. And this is definitely going to happen, this fresh start, because the Six of Swords is, you know, exiting a certain situation and starting a new situation. And that's exactly what you're doing. So this, for me, if you're single, is saying exactly that you're going to be exiting the dating scene. You're going to be, because this burden that I was talking about before, or this weight of the world, is also a completion. And then you have the King who has completed and is now celebrating with those triumphs. So here, if you're single, this says that fresh start's going to happen. It's going to happen pretty fast. And you've completed the cycle of, you know, dating or looking. You're narrowing it down to one person. I think it's going to be one person. If you're looking to reconcile, this is abandonment. This is retreat, but in a different way. So if you're looking to reconcile, I think that the majority of you are going to exit the situation in January. You're going to come in the new year knowing that you need to make a decision, you need to cut that connection, and because it has been an incredible burden on you, and you want to breathe again, and you want to laugh again, and you've gotten a taste of that, and you're feeling more confident, and now I think you're going to find that you are going to be able to breathe again. Now, your clarifying card for the outcome of the month is the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is fun. It's very interesting. It goes along with the three very well, because this is celebration. So I think at the end of the month, if you're single, you're going to be, this is about choices and wishful thinking and options. So I think this is actually this is all tying together very well, because the Seven is saying you narrow it down to one. The Seven is saying, look, you have a lot of choices if you're dating, but you are going to narrow it down to one person, and you're going to be excited about it. And then you're going to move into this energy where you exit kind of the dating world. If that's what you want, you find more of a commitment, and then things start moving kind of fast. The Seven of Cups says, you know, now maybe that friend you were thinking about that is now turning into more than just a friend, or at the end of the month, you know, you're still having this faith that you're going to meet the one, you still have this love faith, and the Seven of Cups is this kind of wishful thinking that then comes true here. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I think that you're going to stop looking to reconcile, because I think that this Seven of Cups is more of a temptation to have fun, to meet somebody new. I think that you may have met somebody new. You may have been dating for a while as well, but you just couldn't cut that connection. Or maybe they've recently contacted you, or you've been thinking about contacting them. But the Seven of Cups is about temptation, and oftentimes a physical temptation. So even if you have kept that connection with this person, you may have started some sort of physical relationship with somebody that you may know is not what you're looking for, may not last, but it's at least giving you choices. It's at least giving you options to kind of get your head out of that. The past couple of months, Sagittarius, some of you have been really bound to, you know, trying to make this work, and it feels like this month you're kind of, you know, throwing that all out of the window and saying, no, it's time to take time for me. It's time to have fun. It's time to see what else is out there. I can't dwell on this at all. And at some point, I think you're going to have the contact, and I think that the majority of you are going to decide that you choose you. And that's hopefully a very good thing for you. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you have a great month. You have a lot coming and a lot to look forward to. I'll talk to you soon.